Chapter 27, Section 4. In the early 1700s, the Mughal Empire of India fell into decline. By the middle of the century, the British East India Company was beginning the most important power in India. It held huge amounts of land, almost the entire subcontinent. British law forced India to supply raw materials such as tea, indigo or dye, coffee, and cotton. The law also forced Indian manufacturing out of business. India became even more important when the East India Company built rail lines that linked growing regions into the interior with ports on the coast. India enjoyed some gains from British rule. Its rail system was the third largest in the world and helped make the economy more modern. The British people made other improvements too. They built telephone and telegraph lines, dams, bridges, and canals. They also improved sanitation and public health and built schools. More and more Indians learned to read. British rule caused problems as well. Many economic benefits flowed out of India to Britain. Indian industry died out because of the British trade laws. Many farmers in villages lost their ability to feed themselves because they were made to grow cash crops. Many people died when famine struck. British racist attitudes damaged Indian culture. By the mid-1800s, many Indians felt growing resentment. When Indian soldiers heard rumors that offended their religious feelings, many rebelled. The East India Company needed a year and British troops to put it down. The Indians lost because of their own divisions. Muslims and Hindus did not trust each other. After the revolt, the British government took direct control of British India. Indians tried other ways of resisting British control. Leaders such as Ram Mohan Roy urged changes in traditional Indian practices to make India society more modern. He hoped to free India of foreign control with these changes. Indians resented the fact that they were treated unfairly. They formed two groups, the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. Both began to push the British to make changes. In the early 1900s, they called for self-government.